Good afternoon, congregation, and welcome to the empty chair syndrome. This is the first week that we are really launching off the grief process, everyone. So today I'm doing something a little different than I normally do each year. I have this article that I just pulled up, everyone. It's talking about the empty chair syndrome, and I want to kind of read this to you all today before we jump right into it because I have a few ebooks that I'm going to upload into side of the group pages for On Time Ministry, everyone. And I just want to kind of give you an insight of where we're going moving forward for this segment for this year. So let me go ahead and read the article, everyone. Although we usually associate it with death, the truth is that the empty chest syndrome can also occur in life as a result of abandoning or loneliness. The empty chair syndrome refers to feeling the arise when we lose someone special to us. It can be a family member, a friend, or a sibling, etc. It may be confused with the sadness of losing someone, but it's a term as a syndrome because it causes special intensity in those moments when supposedly we should be celebrating with joy and great excitement. The empty chair syndrome often manifests itself as a certain time, such as Christmas, a birthday, or a special celebration. We observe the chair among so many others that are occupied, and we feel a huge emptiness, an anguish that leads us to suffer from this terrible syndrome. The empty chair is a silent witness. The empty chair is still the manifestation of that person who was once here and is now gone. Especially if we find ourselves surrounded by several people, we notice that someone is missing. This strong feeling is closely related to the grieving process that you may have experienced an occasion. When we lost someone, we go through a period in which we have to get used to living without that person, experience a time of intensive pain. The grief process may extend for as long as necessary until we can cope with the loss and live life again without feeling of emptiness that we feel immediately after the loss. It is important to note that the energy of the empty chair syndrome can be experienced even when the person is in question has not passed away. This means that it can be transferred to other situations such as loneliness. When someone abandons us, when someone goes away, we can also suffer from this syndrome, which is not necessarily connected with death, even though that is the most cause. When we feel alone, when we experience loneliness, no matter how many people are around us, we still find ourselves alone in front of everything and everyone. You can go through it all, but you can also overcome it. Even if we see everything with sad eyes, and especially the feelings appear at those most noble celebrations like Christmas or any others, there are ways to war off the syndrome. To begin, you should put into practice the following recommendation as they may be helpful on more than one occasion. Number one, do not isolate yourself. Don't stay silent. When we're suffering from syndromes, we probably won't feel like talking and will distance ourselves from the people we care about the most. All this to suffer in solitude. This is very negative for you. Making an effort to interact even if it's not pleasant. Speak even if you don't want to. And seek help if necessary. In some cases, all we need is someone to listen to us and pay attention. Number two, change the meaning of the empty chair. Things will always mean what we want them to mean. If the empty chair syndrome with sadness and loss, why not adapt a new meaning for it? Reinterpret it, try to eliminate the negative characteristic that you adopted for the chair. Make it your friend, not your enemy. If necessary, ask for help. We believe we can handle everything and that if we don't solve things ourselves, no one else will. However, sometimes we need to push a little extra help to move forward. Never try to self-medicate to relieve the pain inside you. If you do so only on doctor recommendation. Even so, try to find another way. Why not consult a psychiatrist? They are the specialists, great physicians of our minds. They will help better than any else. Don't be afraid. It's important to accept the idea that the people in our lives will leave in one way or another. Some will die, others will disappear, and in some case they will abandon us and hurt us. And we have to accept all of that. Leave. Don't let an empty chair wipe the happiness off your face that once made you feel alive. I'm going to read that again. Don't let an empty chair wipe the happiness off your face that once made you feel alive. I'm going to read that one more time for the people in the back. Don't let an empty chair wipe the happiness away. Wipe the happiness off your face that made you feel alive. So don't let someone take your joy away. Continue to live and thrive to the excellence of the ability of which you are standing at, and be able to understand the importance of your true happiness. Your true happiness has a lot to benefit. Your true happiness means more than you even realize. So during this journey that we're taking, congregation, we're barking into something that's way deeper and more beneficial than any time we have done this segment. As we dig deeper into this segment this year, everybody, we get to the center root of the problem of what goes on in the mind. And as we go through this, we're going to see and hear things that we may not have ever heard before. And it's absolutely going to really start to shift your mind and perspective of what I'm speaking about moving forward in terms of the empty chair syndrome in the grief journey process, everyone. So in this segment this year, we're going to be talking about traumatic issues, loss of parents, children, spouses, holidays, all these subjects that we're going to be covering in the remaining of this year and early part of next year, everyone. And it gives you a different insight, and it gives you a sign of hope during those trying times. So I don't want to be on here very long with you this afternoon, but I just want to kind of give you a leeway of where we're going to have this discussion and have this conversation. And putting in the work is so critical in the times that we're in. Grief comes in different ways. Grief feels different for every loss that comes your way. But I pray that God continues to give you peace. I pray that God gives you comfort. I pray that God gives you hope. Because I have lost two people this year. I lost my godmother and I lost my aunt. And let's just say, everybody, October wasn't a pleasant month. But I have reminded by my amazing godmother how to get to that place. To know, to let things, let her go, let my aunt go, and live my life. Remember them and keep them in my heart, but I have to let them go. And I couldn't stay in that place for too long. That is actually another reason why OTM was off the grid. We were transitioning, but I also was dealing with the loss of two amazing people in my life too. So that was going on while the transition was going on with On Time. And it knocked the wind out of me, but at the same time I had to get myself up, dust myself off, pick myself back up, and get myself back on board. So with that being said, congregation, make sure you tune in on next Saturday, where we're going to dive in so deep with the empty chair syndrome right around this time, 3 p.m., 3:30ish. But we're going to dive real deep. We're going to get to the root of the issue of what goes on in many people's lives, and how this segment is going to help millions of people, all walks of life, to just live their life effectively. I pray you have a blessed and wonderful Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon, or wherever your time zone may be. Congregation, I'll see you in the morning at 9 a.m. for service. The message for tomorrow is state of emergency. I pray blessings over your life. I pray that God keep you. I pray that God order your steps. This will be available on demand on Instagram as well as our YouTube channel. Be blessed. Have a good one.